My name's Randy Dunn. I'm a regional coordinator for the Tennessee Public Safety Network. We work with law enforcement all across the state, any emergency services personnel across the state that have been involved in any kind of critical incident or a traumatic event. I am 30 years of law enforcement with the Chattanooga Police Department. Over half of my career I worked undercover narcotics, and I retired as assistant chief over patrol. Most people have the misconception that in law enforcement, we do our job, we go out there and do what we need to do, and then we go on and everything's all fine. But what you have to realize is anybody in emergency services is just a normal person doing that job. And most people that get involved in law enforcement in the beginning, don't really understand what you're going to be involved in. And stress, traumatic events affect everybody differently. Nobody knows how it's going to affect you until the time comes. And you could be involved in the same incident, same type incident numerous times, and one time it bothers you and you don't know why. The accumulative stress of the job could be the trigger that causes you to have issues. If you think about it, how many other people can you talk to that have witnessed the violent death of a child, has worked a traffic accident with multiple fatalities, brutal decapitation type fatalities? How many people have had to take another life in the line of duty? You can't go talk to someone that hasn't experienced that kind of trauma and expect them to understand how you feel the way you feel. It gives us an outlet to talk to people within our profession that have experienced the same types of trauma that we have, that understand what we're talking about. And that's just it. Talking about it is the best medicine in the world. If you just hold it in, it'll eat you up from the inside. When I first got involved in this, the statistics were astronomical. Law enforcement is probably second highest profession as far as divorce rate goes. We're in the top 3 of heart disease. We're 300 times higher rate of digestive illness and cancer than any other profession. These are the 300 times more likely. Because of the stress you take in on the job and you hold it in, most any officer you talk to that's been on the job for, say, 5 years or longer has probably got tons in their pocket because they get indigestion all the time. That's from the stress, that's a stress-related reaction. You don't know. I'm not sitting here saying that every officer involved in a critical incident has an issue arise from it. That's not what happens. 1/3 of the people involved have little to no reaction whatsoever. 1/3 could have a moderate reaction. 1/3 could have a severe reaction. And you don't know when that's going to hit. But having an outlet to talk to someone who has been through similar incidents as you is releasing that stress. You're talking about it, getting it out. I got involved in this in 1998, and having those people to talk about, and I consider myself lucky because being on the SWAT team and being in narcotics, we debrief each other after every incident, tactically debriefing, but at the same time, we talk about, because we're such a close group, we would talk about every aspect of it. Most people don't, in law enforcement especially, don't have that. They don't have the person to talk to say, this bothers me, this caused me problems, I can't sleep at night, I'm dreaming about this. And those are normal reactions to things, and they do get better with time. It's just the emotions overrun you sometimes. I've been retired for 10 years, and I'm probably more in touch with emotions now than I ever was because I just have more time. But, in this job, and I'm only speaking from the law enforcement perspective, we deal with people in corrections, child protective services, any aspect, the dispatchers, God help the dispatchers, because all they have is their imagination most of the time. They hear what we are saying on the radio, and if it's really bad, All they have is their imagination to imagine what's happening until we can talk and explain it to them. And most of the time, that's all a debriefing is. It's a structured discussion of the events that occurred and getting it out. And a lot of time, it's like putting a puzzle together, because if you've got 5 officers on the scene of a hot call, you'll have 5 different versions of what happened, because everybody sees something a little different. And by everybody getting together and putting all those pieces together, it may explain what one officer had on his mind. Oh, well, I didn't know that, so that makes sense. So it's just a way of helping cops. I mean, I've been to every kind of training imaginable in my career. I even went overseas and worked with Her Majesty's Special Services Unit. Not worked with them, I visited with them. But I got to understand a lot about them in Northern Ireland. And this is the only training that I've ever been to that's designed to help you deal with what you deal with. And it's not that we need help, we need understanding, is more the way I look at it, is being able to put it in perspective. It's been involved in a critical incident to help them kind of understand and get past it so that it doesn't disrupt their life or disrupt their career. When we're contacted by any law enforcement agency, fire department, EMS, whoever, we set up a debriefing with people from our team that have been involved in similar type incidents. What we like to do is come in what's called a diffusing, which is just we pass out a sheet. These are some things that could occur, not that they will. These are some things you might experience. And if you do, understand that it's normal for these reactions to occur. And then we come in 3 days after the event. In the case of a line of duty death, we don't do a debriefing till 3 days after the funeral, because people have to be able to process the grief and the loss. Then we do a debriefing 3 days later. Our program has brought light to mental health issues among law enforcement. Like I said, we've been doing this since 1998. We're a 501c3. Just to be honest with you, I tell everybody this is the best training I ever got, because it helped me understand the way I was thinking about things. It helped me put those things in perspective and understand that jailers, the people that work in the jails and in the prisons, we're locked in there with those people. We have people involved with the jails to try to help mental health patients. There's access for them, but you got to take it. You got to want to do it. We're trying to make crisis services more available to not only law enforcement, but for the jailers also. So you just don't know. You don't know what's going to occur. We're always trying to protect everybody else. Sometimes we forget to protect ourselves.